Alright, welcome back to those of you who have returned from the first episode. I literally just finished recording the last one, had a quick look through to make sure the volume levels were all good, and I'm hoping they are when this gets uploaded to YouTube. So let's see, yep, more circlets. How many have I got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had another one there, I think. Oh no, just the 5. So at this point, it's probably not worth going for elites anymore, I imagine, if I'm just going to get a circlet each time, unless, like the spirit poop, which takes one off your, oh Jesus Christ, one off your final score, um, if these add to it, by, like, even by one, it's probably worth still going for them, but it's going to make, like, them extremely difficult to see, because already now, like, I can just make them out of what they are, which I think is insane. So remember, always starting off with our shivs. Lowest damage first. Oh shit, I probably should have used the pen nib for something better there. Just to get that damage up, get that strength, and then Mind Blast for 64, Mind Blast for 66 because of that strength. I've still got 9 energy, so as long as I can find something in that. There you go. So I'm really interested to see how far I can go with this run. Like, I know it says it gets more difficult, and it says at the beginning that what's it called? The blight catches up to all, or something along those lines. So literally can't do anything here. So I'm wondering how much more difficult it goes, because the 100% more damage and 50% more HP is actually really hard to deal with if you think about it. Like 17 times 2 damage off the bat. That's pretty ridiculous. If it weren't for like the sheer amount of damage I usually do, like now it's full on damage. When I started this run, it was full on defense, so it's amazing to see that it's flipped just like that. But I think it's definitely worth the damage I'm putting out. And, like, just Dead Branch makes it so interesting about what you might come across. See, I get these blocks. I can burst my blocks or burst my dodge and rolls. Would be good if I needed it. I'll just terror you. If I was smart, I would definitely make sure that I'm watching my time maze. So, what's the 17 times 2 is 34, so I need that. So now I'm good. I've got one more, so there's no real point playing any of these because it's not going to work out anyway. I just realised, put up some music so it's not so random. Oh god, almost abandoned the run. That would have been horrible. So yeah, it's really chill actually now. After doing this, so I got. If that was upgraded, I'd probably roll with that. Oh, I should have had that accuracy popping off from the get-go. That's cool. Pen Nib will get the job done. He is dead. More circlets, At least the silence is going to be pretty snazzy with all these circlets. That's the main thing, I guess. But I genuinely am interested to see if there is a limit to just how many relics you can have. If it does eventually reach a limit. Oh, what am I doing? Or if it just keeps going. Because I'm hoping I can get all of the actual relics rather than just all these circlets. And the fact that the circlets are in the game makes me believe that I'm probably not the first person to have a run like this. And good on the guys who made this. The name is getting away from me right now of who makes this game, but they've done a fantastic job, honestly. Recently I've kind of stopped most of my gaming. I was, you know, like old school, would play LOL for like 4 hours a day, just get home from school, jump on, talk to my mates. Some of them, my best friends that I ever made, are on, I made through gaming. So it is something very close to my heart. And, but recently I've kind of fallen off from that, actually. And, excuse me. And I've, this has been the only game that's really, really kept me going with it. Like, you know, I can always come home from whatever I'm doing and have a run of Slay the Spire, if it's the daily runs, which are always fun, or if it's, you know, just a normal run, just doing whatever. Like, it's still pretty sweet. I'll keep that. So, you know, I got to give it to the guys who made this, and if I remember them, I'll link the game in the description if you guys don't know what it is or you haven't played it. It's definitely worth the money. Constant updates, like, you know, definitely a company that appreciates its fans and provides for them, you know. But yeah, so I just threw that poison to get away his what are they called? Fucking oh, the word has escaped my mind. But basically, so I can cast vulnerable on him, because it is important that he's vulnerable for maximizing damage. I'm gonna see if I can get to pen nib. How many? I got 4 more. Ooh. Not quite gonna get there. Unless this counts as 2 attacks. Oh my god, it did. 126 damage Mind Blast, just casually. It's always good when you can get that done. I'm trying to think, like, I should probably, as annoying as it is, I should probably talk. Oh, see, I hate bullet time. I need to remove bullet time from the deck, because it's worthless currently. Oh, that's so good, actually. Okay. Unload. Dead Branch coming in clutch. Unload will be able to get rid of bullet time for me. Which is actually so going to save me right now. Like, I'm fine. Like, look at that block already, 61. I wish I didn't have to use this just yet, because Unceasing Top will give me more cards. I got 8 goes at this. I can go all day. 19 damage Slice. Cloak and Dagger. I got the, what was that one? Letter Opener, so every 3 skills at 5 damage. And he should be dead. Yeah, he's dead. Dead to poison. 95 block, as if I even needed it. Always good. Once again, like, there's not even worth it. I'm just going for that max health, you know, there's no point. This would, see, this is exactly, I don't want to get Velvet Choker. There would be absolutely no point. It would ruin the run. Busted Crown, perfectly fine. So I can start with even more energy, and I do have, I think, 1 or 2 skewers in the deck. Or I did have them. I don't know if they've gone. Oh, yeah, there's one. So, you know, the more energy I have, the better off it's going to be, isn't it? So let's see, 1, got a second one here, 3rd, 2nd, 4th, yeah. So as I said, probably not even worth going for the elites at this point, but I might as well, because it makes it interesting, you know. Obviously, they're going to be the hardest enemies I come across. But like, even these dudes, like 34 damage, 29 damage, they got 100 health. Like, you know, pretty ridiculous. If you don't know these dudes, if you kill the Darklings, they go into a state of like stasis. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, lifelink. If other enemies are still alive, revives in 2 turns. So to deal, got to deal that 300 damage separately in 2 turns. Like, I mean, it's not difficult, especially when you've got a pen-nibbed Mind Blast to one-shot one of them. That always helps. Got Gremlin Horn as well, coming in clutch for me. better to work on this dude because he's blocking next turn, so if I can get him before that block comes off, that's going to be best chance. And finish 13 by 6 is what, 60, what, 78. So if I backstab first, and then I can secret weapon out. Well, a skewer will do it, because that's what, 9 by 7, skewer's 13 by 9, so that's definitely, or 19 by 9, because he was vulnerable as well. So, 2 max HP. Doesn't bother me that I have a limited amount of choices, because I choose health every single time, so literally not an issue. Yeah, see, like 42 damage. If this deck wasn't as insanely strong as it is, that would probably be a pretty big issue. But not at all. I had the the heals from oh shit, what's it called? I think I got it early on. It's so hard to see. Yeah, that bird-faced urn really worked really well. God, considering I couldn't heal from rest science, so that's pretty sweet. Definitely came in handy. Probably should have paid attention to pen him because I would have killed him, but like I say, it's not even important really. Oh shit, lived up on HP. Not even important. Like, as crazy as it is, this isn't even the strongest the deck's been, because it's weird to think that because it's so strong now, it's not as strong as it was before. But I was getting up to 11 to anywhere between like 11 to 15 strength and dexterity during the boss fights, which, I mean, really just destroys them. So it's a bit unfortunate that I didn't draw my shivs, because makes the I mean, not the shivs, but the accuracy, because it makes the shivs a lot weaker. But, like I said, doesn't really matter. Always cast choke on someone else, so that you're dealing damage to 2 people rather than focusing down the one, is generally going to be a better idea than casting it on the one. So like 18 damage shivs, like not much more you could need really. I'm trying to think of some like anecdotes that I can talk about. Had an exam today. Had an exam for one of my science courses at uni. Not a crazy science one, as you know, I'm teaching primary education, so just primary level science, but exam went well. Took me roughly 25 minutes to complete it. Multiple choice, so it wasn't too bad, but yeah, like 20 minutes. Couldn't leave. I don't know how it is in like college or university around the world, but at least here, no one's allowed to leave in the first 30 minutes of the exam, or the last 10 minutes. So kind of had to sit there for the last little bit. I used that time to double check my answers, which everyone should do. Number one thing I could tell you to do when you're in an exam situation. Always check your work. You'd be insane not to. Especially if you're in that situation like I was, where you have to wait. You know, it's not like I could be doing anything better with my time, sitting there watching the clock. So yeah, so that went really well. Lots of interesting things in that exam, focusing on like your igneous, your metamorphic rock, all that kind of jazz, stuff about the moon and the space and biology. And actually, thought of something. One of the things we had to talk about, well, not talk about, but one of the questions we got was about the classification for a living creature. So, you know, like your animal kingdom kind of deal. Now, if you're unaware of how they get classified is starting from the least. I mean, I got 3 cards there, so I might as well. Jesus. From the least specific is life, obviously. So you know, living or non-living, but you generally, Jesus, don't have to worry about that too much. I'm just trying to see if there's anything. I'll just throw potion. I get one after each combat, so why not? 26 by 6 damage is pretty insane. Yeah, so life, living or non-living, pretty simple. But then it goes from there. You know, you're going domain, kingdom. So you know the domain, the kingdom, the phylum, I believe it's pronounced, or phylum maybe. I'm not quite sure on that one. And then, oh, what is C? God, I can't remember what C's called, actually. Here, let me look it up quickly. Classification. Class. I always forget class for some reason. So yeah, class. So, phylum, class, God, I've got myself all muddled up. Yep, so phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. So if you take the first letter, this is the way I remembered it, so it's pretty hilarious. So it's DKPCOFGS. So my interesting brain made that dick pic, of course. Dick pic of course. And I mean, I know it's a G and not a C, but as long as you remember that it's a G instead of a C for the course part, then it's fine. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. Good way to remember that. I'm not gonna lose all my gold because I can buy relics, so there's no point doing that. This dude is literally a joke with this deck. I've usually had a bit of trouble with the giant head, and you know he's got 1,000 HP. Yeah, so you know, it's not like it's easy necessarily, but with this loadout, you know, I'm getting like what 15 or 14 slow on him. Should have done that the other way. Slow on him. So 19 damage, 21 damage. Phantasmal Killer is fantastic. I'll play that. Dash for 38. Backstab for 45. Backstab for 48. Even Endless Agony is going to be 22 damage. Like, Unload's going to be 49. But it won't be worth it. So I'll probably bouncing first. I've got enough block. And then I'll just unload. Draw. Deal damage for... Oh, look at that. 154 damage Mind Blast. And that wasn't even pen nibbed. If I didn't do that bouncing, I would have got that pen nibbed. Oh, I wouldn't have got a pen nibbed, but... would have been ridiculous still. So, you know, 10 energy because I'm maintaining with Ice Cream, which, you know, usually is such an insane relic to get, the conservation of energy. But it doesn't even matter for me. 48 damage slice, like, let's see, 72, oh, 129 damage. I'm going to defend first, even though I don't need to, just to get that slow going. Change that to 162 damage. 61 damage slice. 114 damage shiv. That's fucking ridiculous. Literally ridiculous. 2 more circlets, as if I needed more. And as we get to this rest side, that'll be it for this episode. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next episode.